my morning times before it's always me time. I always try to get everything ready for the day, and then like I said, I get disruptive a lot if and
Hmm.
people come in. I don't get nothing done. So
Just
I
takes
try
one thing.
I try to get here at 6 o'clock as possible to do anything. So and I got my own office at home. So I just yeah, I work from home most of the time in the morning. But yeah, that's me time. But yeah, I might have to call you on the weekend. Either the weekend or maybe after hours after 5.
For
Yeah, man,
sure.
that
Happy
first
belated.
first hour of the day is pretty important, man. It's hard to share that.
Yeah.
Look at Steve. What's going on, Steve?
Oh man, he posted some badass pictures today, man. Those are
What's up?
nice.
Man, this guy.
Yeah,
Finally jumping on. Thursdays are hard.
yeah,
Dude, you've been busy, man, huh?
I have.
yeah.
How y'all been?
Those pictures that you posted today, man, of those that was pretty sweet, dude. Really
Yeah,
nice.
those are awesome, man. I love those things.
The Phantoms, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I
Is,
could just only do those.
is that job from today or
Uh, one was from today, one was from a couple days ago, and then one was from about a month ago, or the other two were from about a month ago.
very nice though? Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yep.
I like them.
310 Tempering, man, is a great company. Great people, man. I really like those guys. They make a
Yep,
great product too.
they do, man. I love the wheel design on the roller design on them, especially
Oh,
they're just so easy to adjust, and they're very nice.
mhm. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just great, man. Yeah. Nice. I installed a shower door this week.
Oh shoot.
What?
Right. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right, man. I went and put in a steam shower.
Shower door
nice.
professional. Look at you.
Oh yeah. They were happy, happy, happy.
Yeah,
Hey,
dust off the old shoulders and stuff or what?
got the check. Good times, good times. Like old times.
For a
Did you
steam
use
shower,
that?
you would have had to pull out a caulking gun too.
Oh yeah, I ran a bead across. So it was a steam shower. So I talked him into doing a pair of doors with just a fixed transom at the top, which is a great. So the ceiling sloped down. It was like up in the top floor where the ceiling slopes. So I didn't realize that when I saw it, but when I got there, I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck, attaching at the top. Why don't we just do a pair of doors, have a fixed transom attached on both sides, and yeah, a pair of doors. And they're like, yeah, sounds great. So I had to run a bead of silicone across that top, or else it was going to pivot. So yeah, I did have to get my caulking gun out for a minute, but it's okay. As you know, I'm still working on that same
You knew how to do it
tube of silicone that I opened like earlier this year.
a couple years ago.
Now they don't stay good for that long, but I don't buy my
Was it
silicone
purple?
case, believe me. But they were stoked. It was good, and a good time was had by all. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I had a job. Uh, Contractor called me, and they went to Lowe's and bought a shower door. They got the door hung, and then when they put the
Oh,
fixed panel in, they broke it.
oh,
So he was friends with my ex-son-in-law. So he called me and sent me a picture of it. Yeah, I'll go put a panel in.
nice.
So I get over there, met the husband, and pretty soon the wife comes in. Says, "Hey Tim, how you doing?" I knew her from back, 30 years ago. And I had,
You recognize you right off the bat, huh?
yeah,
Must have left an impression.
crazy. But so we're over there putting the panel in, and we put the panel up, and we took off their big old channel they had on the wall, and we just used clips on it. So we put it up there and we put the sweep across the top to line it all up, and we line it up across the bottom, and my guy's going, "Well, the door's not level or plumb." That's not my problem.
Yeah.
put it in and it worked great. But when the door closed, it went past 90. And I said, I'm not gonna screw with that. So I told the guy, come by the shop and you get a door jamb put on there. And I'll take care of that problem. But came out nice.
What are you going to do? Other
Well,
people.
now he's gonna call me for shower doors,
Mm.
He's he's done doing that.
Yeah.
And of course, the
That's-
door wasn't plumb, the wall wasn't plumb, the sill wasn't plumb. So the whole thing was cut out of whack, but it fit perfect when I measured it. So
That's it. You never know unless you put a level on it, right?
yep. I didn't want to tell him to stick to. I told her when I got there, tell your contractor just to stick to framing and building and leave the glass work to us. And then she goes, well, he's doing his own tile, and I didn't want to say anything. Well, tell him to stay away from that too.
Makes sense to me. Well, so I was thinking today about making sales. And just curious, what kind of tips have you guys got for like making deals, closing deals, getting appointments, getting referrals, you know, sales and stuff. Just curious. Anybody have any recent experiences or something that just worked really well that you want to share with the rest of us?
I'll share one that I just got. I just got it's just under about a $20,000 job for an attorney's office, doing one of the CRL 695 sliding doors, some fixed panels beside it, and then across the room we're going to be doing just a set of double doors and then a single door with a side light. But I got it from going to this local economic development thing that's in my local town. So I've been there 3 times now. Been there 3 times now. It's like 7:30 in the morning, just a bunch of business owners and people like that in the local city that I'm in. And they just, you kind of get updates about the town and the city, like what's going on in the city from the mayor and stuff like that. And so I met somebody that was there speaking, an attorney, and then you kind of each morning they introduce what you do and stuff like that every time, you go, so people know who you are. And turns out there's people in there that need glass. So
Yeah.
that was a good thing. It's been 3 times and I got a decent sale from it. So it's been worth it so far. So I'll keep going.
Yeah.
So they're business owners. So, they definitely got money. At least that's the first step. They got, they got money. So, and then they probably know people too. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. If they're business
That's
owners,
right.
they've got money. Well, maybe, but they've got
Yeah, maybe.
customers. They've got customers,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah, you do
So,
good work, and you hope they have a lot of friends they can tell about.
yeah. So
exactly.
I like that. The fun part would be getting a salesperson to go to things like that for you eventually, instead of it being me going to those. It's my
Yeah,
recent experience.
but that is like a top level activity, right? I mean that if as the owner, you should be doing something. That's the sort of thing, hobnobbing with other business owners
Mhm.
and making connections, getting leads, stuff like that. I mean, it's something that can be outsourced for sure. If you've got even higher level things, you got
Yeah.
lights on, but that's not a bad activity for you know,
Mhm.
a founder or an owner or, for,
That's
owners.
good. It's once a month too, so it's not overkill. It's not like they're meeting every week or 2 weeks. It's once a month. So I think that's pretty good for something like that. So, but now I think I might try to target some of the other cities in my area that are around, and try to get in those. So, because this is the one where I live, but our business isn't technically in the city that it's in. But I might go try to target the one that our business is in that city. It's a little bit bigger of a city, I guess. So I know that they have one. I'm just gonna figure out when to start going. So look on Facebook for your networking groups for your local town, city.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of networking, man. I mean, that's been gold mine um, of resources. It's like just the support you get from being in a network of other, business owners. Um, because you can identify with each other, you can, commiserate, celebrate, whatever, get advice or give advice, or mentor or be mentored. It's and get business leads and stuff like that, referrals, all of that. But even if you don't get a whole bunch of work from being in a networking group, you get a lot of other things. So I really highly recommend that. Look at Robert. Your network is your net worth. Quoted by somebody.
I don't know who it was, but yeah, that's great.
That's
Great thing to do, Daniel. It's hard to pull out of that $10 hat stuff that we do. And the books we read that tell us try to figure it out. If you can make $100 in an hour with selling a deal with your time, can you pay someone $20 an hour to do the sweeping floor in the cleaning shop you were about to spend your hour doing? And sometimes, so many times, we get stuck in just the $20 hat stuff, 8 hours of our day. We never actually put on our $100 hat or $1,000 hat to close that deal in our hour. Instead, we handle chasing down invoices for an hour because that's ROI positive. We get stuck, super stuck. But that's great you did that, man. That's a super sale.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it sets a good precedent, right? For like future business, because that guy's in this network. He knows the other people in that network. You do work for him. He's stoked. He tells the other people in the network, oh, yeah, that guy, Daniel, who shows up to the meeting, man, he came and did this, got this done for me. I'm stoked, That's huge, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good environment to be in,
Another positive is now I don't look so crazy for going to them things. Now my dad can't rub it in my face or ask me why the hell I'm going to these things.
Yeah, exactly. Love it.
Well, and you said what your job's worth 20 grand?
Yeah, so I've gone for like 3 hours basically, and I got a $20,000 job out of it.
So
So it's
you made over $6,000 an hour.
yeah.
Think about that. It was $6,000 an hour.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
That was what was that? My cost, my acquisition cost, essentially, for the customer.
Just do the
Yeah.
math. You're doing the math.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Good.
And I get to do one of those doors finally. I've been wanting to do one so bad. Finally found somebody suckered into selling it to him.
Well, maybe don't tell me you suckered them into it, but yeah.
I don't think they'll listen to this. Hopefully,
Well, you never know, man.
he does do a podcast. So, and he asked when I was going to come on it. So we'll see.
Cool.
He is
Yeah.
internet savvy and podcast savvy. So,
Dude.
See, it's just like a perpetual wheel that's just going to keep feeding you.
mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. Love it, man. That's excellent. Who else? Who else has some sale experience that you want to talk about?
Well, I agree with Daniel. You just have to get out there and talk to people, even if you're just going out to dinner with friends, people you don't know. You just get to talking to them, and I think also too, it's just acting like like talking like what you're talking about. Not fumbling your words, and also showing them that you care about their project and what they're looking for. I think that helps a lot. I remember early on when I was getting started, I didn't know what I was doing. I'd just be fumbling my words, and you lose sales that way. But you get more confident and more experienced, and yeah, I think just knowledge and care.
Yeah, I'll never forget when I was new, to having my own business, and I was out doing sales for like the first time in my life. I'd never been in sales, and was out looking at a shower door. And this was back before I specialized in shower doors, of course. And the guy was asking me, let's talk to some homeowner. He's asking me some questions about shower doors. Man, I didn't know anything about shower doors. It's like I knew that I was a glazer. I knew how to do stuff. I mean, they would send me materials and drawings, and that's it, no instructions. And I'd figure it out, put it together, install it, and it worked. I was pretty good at it. So I was confident that I could do whatever project I needed to do, but I didn't have the answers, and I could tell that this guy could tell that I didn't. I wasn't an expert in this field, and that was a weird, uncomfortable, awkward feeling. But it's something you have to go through. It's something you have to experience, because you don't know what you don't know until you know it, and you get that through experience on the job training. And it's funny that a few years later, I ended up deciding to specialize in shower doors, and pretty much that, I mean, that was pretty much all I did. But I think back to that time all the time. That guy talking to that guy, and he's like, "So what about this? What about that?" And I'm like, well, and I was just vamping, trying to make something up, whatever, try to sound smart. I don't remember if I got that job or not. I probably did. I probably got the job. I probably aced it, but it was like, at the moment I was like,
Yeah, one of my first jobs was working at Home Depot selling windows and doors.
all right.
And I was honest, like, I was like, oh, if they asked me a question, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. I'd have to go find out. But then there was a guy same age as me, and he was working in the lumber department. And he was just like, oh, I just sold this guy 40K worth of wood, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. So he was just like saying he's just, shooting out of his ass and trying to say whatever. But yeah, it's funny. But yeah, I guess you just got to go through that to build that type of experience.
Yeah, exactly.
You sold the windows from Home Depot?
Yeah. Well, it was mainly
I make fun of people that do that.
front doors. What'd you say?
Yeah, I always tell people, man, Home Depot windows are terrible, dude.
Oh yeah, I know.
Home Depot sells Milgard windows, don't they?
Milgard and Ply Gym.
Up
Milgard
here
windows are okay.
it was
Milgard's okay.
Geldwin.
Geldwin, there you go.
Yeah.
No, Geldwin and then Ply Gym, right? Now it's Ply Gym. I don't think they sell Geldwin anymore. I think it's Ply Gym.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm my friend. Yeah.
It was a while ago.
They still sell Jalvin, I think.
Do they? Oh. Has anybody ever joined a group called The Tip for networking?
Yes.
That's where I started doing my sales.
I was in Le Tip for like many, many years.
I was in there for like 10 years.
Yeah.
A lot of time. Long time. I mean, it helped me out with my speech and everything, talking to people.
Yeah.
Because they had you do commercials and stuff. That really, really helped me. Like, 'cause I was kind of in a little shell. Like, I was just, and then my dad made me do it. He goes, "Hey, you need to go do this." I'm like, all right. And just to help me speak, to people, business people. I'm like, all right. So now it's like, now it's easy, It's like, all right. It helped a lot. So I recommend if you get, and the tip is international, you guys might want to check your city, your local city, because you might have one.
Yeah.
Not even know. And like I said, and the good thing about the group is you're only allowed to one category per business. So if your category is already filled, you can't join. So that's a good thing about it. So you're not, there's not two shower guys, to this. So for me, I was a glass guy, so I kind of cover it all. But if a shower guy wanted to come in, he could have, but they probably would have get vetoed out anyways because I was there.
Can you put it in the chat? Because I got some staff who I would really love to put in something like that. That could just, use like the confidence. Just like the networking's great, but just the idea of
talking and speaking,
the confidence in that sort of atmosphere.
So the only thing about that is only one person from your business could join.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
I
yeah.
know exactly who I would send.
All right. I'll send you to. I don't know how to put it on the. Oh,
I
there
put
you
it
go.
in there.
There you go.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, is that? Let me see. Let me make sure that I've got the right thing. But yeah, I mean, I had that same experience that that Adrian's talking about of just being really, not really knowing how to do a pitch or whatever. And I just showed up. We had breakfast together, and our group was big. It was like 40 people,
Ours was the same
Wow.
thing, Chris. It was a lot.
and everybody would just go around and would have 30 seconds just to talk about, do a little commercial. And I learned how to talk about my business. I kind of learned what my voice was and um, how to be lighthearted or how to be serious when I needed to, or just kind of get my persona. It's almost like developing an act where you just kind of figure out, okay, learn how to read the room and learn how to, you get kind of a funny little saying or something like that. Um, but it really made me grow as a business person and made my business grow.
Yeah, and think about that. You gotta try. Like me, they had like social. Do you guys ever have social gatherings, Chris? Like on the odd day, like a Thursday or different day, and where you guys gathered maybe at maybe one of the members' business, and you guys had lunch or dinner or something. Did you guys ever do that?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Would have like a
mixer.
mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like once
So yeah,
once a quarter or something like that.
yeah. So if you guys do that, it's very important to do those too, because like I said, you get, you know, it really helps a lot, especially that little tip. I was in there for 10 years, and even after 10 years, I still get business from the people there after,
Yes.
being out. So,
So I mean,
so
one of my closest friends is a guy I met in Latip to this day.
yeah,
I like a couple of my closest friends actually.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. The link that Rob put in the chat is the right one. The first one I posted is actually if you're already a member.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would look into it. Like Adrian said, it's international, so it's probably there in Canada. I know that it is. It's everywhere.
Okay.
No, and you can, if you contact them, they'll invite you to come for free. They'll
Free
buy
breakfast.
they'll
Free
buy you
breakfast.
breakfast and like just let you check it out and bring business cards. I mean, the first meeting I ever went to, they said, "Yeah, come, bring some business cards. I'll buy you breakfast, whatever." Went, passed out my business card. I got a job. The first meeting I went to.
Just the first one.
Yeah, just introducing myself. Yeah,
Right on.
it's crazy, but it was a big group, so it was pretty easy to get work there.
Yeah, I would if you have one, I would join one with the big group if your category's not filled. The little ones, I joined a little one. I've joined a big one. There was two in my area, and the little one didn't really do me great. So but we were paying for both, so to being in both of them. So that was a lot of time, dude. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I spent my time in those. This really helped.
Yeah.
And like I said, it helped my business grow too. There were actually the first. My dad was the original one that started going, and then he stopped it, and he goes, "Hey, you need to go." I'm like, "All right," and it helped.
Mhm.
So you meet some really interesting people in there.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
funny people, like people like, yeah, all kinds of people.
it's great.
Yeah, that is a great little bit of advice for sales. If you can join a networking group, and this Latip is probably the best out there, really. I was a member in the Lions Club for a while. That was cool. I mean, I really didn't get much work from it. I don't think I got any work from it, but I got to connect with other business people, mainly older guys, older than me, which is cool. And just be of service and serve the community. That's all really good stuff too. But the Lativ group was the group that really paid dividends for sure.
I did.
Yep.
I joined a chamber too, and the chamber really did nothing for me. I didn't
Yeah,
like it really. The chamber
yeah,
sucked.
same here. I joined one of the local chambers and a year ago, and that really hasn't been beneficial. They just sent me a $200 bill to re-up for this year. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I got it a long time ago. So yeah.
You had to fit in their clique.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all the thing about joining a chamber is it's all real estate agents and lawyers and insurance salesmen.
That's right.
And it's
And
like,
what do you do?
right.
And all of those they're a bunch of cheap wads. That's why I don't care to go in those. They don't like to pay for anything. They want everything. They think they're doing you a favor. Like, okay, I mean, dude, I hate dealing with those people. Lawyers, real estate agents, dude, insurance, they want everything for free.
Stockbrokers and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That's the other thing. It's like
Restaurant
financial
owners.
management people. Yeah. I mean, if you're in that one of those businesses, chamber's probably good fit for you. But yeah.
I've heard mixed things about chambers. Some people, I guess it depends on the area, the intent, and like Tim said, the click. Are you in or out from the get-go? Because
Yeah.
if they already have somebody, whether they're in the chamber or not, if they have
Yeah.
somebody for your particular thing, you're not gonna
No.
get called for that task or that thing that comes up. So it's like
And you could
the
have a
other thing,
competitor in there that they like, and
yeah,
Exactly.
they just want your money for the next year, right?
that's right.
There you go.
The old school, back in my day, the apartment, the glass company I was a part of, Austin Apartment Association. I highly doubt it's useful for anyone nowadays, but it might be depending if no one moved into your area and killed the price.
Yeah.
But at that time, it made a lot of sense for us to be a part of that association for apartments locally and be the go-to for all those units, all those hackouts, all those IGs across all their apartment structures, and having a system of being able to check in, get keys for multiple units, and build relationships with all these maintenance men, because it turned into us trying to chase 20 people for 20 broken windows across town to having one maintenance man call me when he has 17 windows on site at one of the properties and five at the other one and six mirrors for some rentals that were getting ready. So being able to do that and not even have a contract or be a big company, we were a family mom and pop, but because at the time there wasn't a competitor, they moved in pretty quick, a national chain, and was able to eat our lunch. We couldn't price them the guarantees they were giving and the cut they were giving that company. We couldn't even meet them there, but that association was great for us while it lasted for sales. Yext or Yelp has never been good. Just FYI, everyone that gets phone calls from them and these promises of free ads and budgets, I always say try it. I'm not going to tell you not to, but universally, the data I get back from everyone I talk to in Glass and everywhere else is it's great if you're a repair company. If you want some patio door rollers to fix, if you want some balancers, window balancers, and you try to upsell, that was what Yelp gave us in bulk, not brand new showers or not things that led to massive jobs. Like those were other platforms, but that's one I'd say don't waste your time on, please.
Yeah, they're freaking annoying too. They don't leave you alone too.
Another one is I got a call from a contractor in Carmel. They'll look at something. I do work for the hotel, but this is for a contractor. And I said, so if I do this work, what does it take insurance wise to get paid? And they sent me the insurance stuff. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
So we're not doing that job.
Yeah, that's the thing about working in apartments or condos or whatever is you have to have a lot of insurance because
yeah,
you can
it's
damage like a dozen apartments, in one
they
shot.
wanted all the officers to have workman's comp.
Oh yeah. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by glassgadget.com. Showcase Innovations creates tools that help shower door installers be more efficient and save time. Check out glassgadget.com for more information.
You kind of remind me of a question I wanted to ask. We were bidding a commercial job a while back, and my dad was worried that they were going to want us to be bonded and as well as insured. Is anybody in here bonded and like had to go through that process or done anything like that to get
I
jobs?
think in California, you have your license, you're bonded,
Yeah.
and you can't advertise that you're bonded.
Right.
They'll come down on you,
Right. We're required to have a bond to be licensed in California.
Yeah.
So, but a bond's no big deal.
What is that, and what's the process like for that? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I say it's probably
just like,
different from the state, but
yeah, it's just like getting an insurance policy. I mean, it basically is. It's an insurance policy. Your insurance agent or broker or whatever could take care of that for
yeah.
you. Yeah, just call
You
your
just send it to
insurance
them.
and ask them.
Okay, so if it ever does actually become a thing, you can just easily source it through that.
No big deal. Yeah.
Usually we just send it to our insurance agent and this is what they want, and they'll figure it out and send it back to us,
I mean, you
Yeah.
can be self-bonded. I mean, if you've got enough money in the bank, you can just like say, hey, they might make you put
Mhm.
a certain amount of money in an account. But most people don't have that much cash laying around, so you just like insurance agents will do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. And you only have to keep it as long as someone's requiring it, right?
Yeah.
Because some of these jobs, if you don't find out what the insurance is and you do it, they won't pay you until you have the proper insurance
Oh yeah.
because their computer system won't pay you until all the checks are made. I mean, all the blanks are checked,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to read the fine print.
We had one the other day at the company we do work for all the time, and every year we go down our list and send out all the certificates and everything, and they
They
have
never
it.
get it.
And then all of a sudden, well, this is outdated. We can't write you a check yet, You write second back, well, check your email. Do you have it? Oh, yeah, we have it. Then the check came.
Yeah. We do that like every like October when it renews and stuff like that, or whenever it is, I think around October, November, we send
Yeah.
out like a mass email to all of our contractors that we had, relationships with and that we knew we were going to be doing business with. And it never fails that they always call us later in the next year saying, hey, we need your updated insurance. And we end up having to go back and
And
send it to them.
somebody a while back called and says, that's long gone. I can't get it for you, but you did get it, check your emails.
Yeah, those guys. It's always something. I don't miss that. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. What else? What else? Come on.
Something I stumbled across recently, Sean, you were talking about being able to speak essentially proficiently in what you're selling. I'm trying to learn more about storefront and commercial work, and I've been trying to, I watched a video last July, and it was from the U.S. Glass magazine, and it was an AIA accredited course thing that you could take and watch and do stuff. But I found the actual snippets of it. So it's from Conair, and they on their YouTube channel under their playlist they have a 101 educational 101 YouTube bunch of clips that are like 2-3 minutes long about commercial work and stuff like that. And just the basic stuff that you need to know, like water shedding, how the units are designed for water shedding, and what's the difference between just a curtain wall and regular storefront, things like that, like just basic stuff, that a lot of shower door people probably don't know. And if
Yeah.
you're going to get into it and try to go outside the shower door realm, it's really good stuff. I was thinking of getting it and just putting on a loop in our shop in the back. So when the guys are standing around and they just look up and they may actually catch something, you know. But that's
Yeah,
good. So something
like
if
the
you
other
want
day,
to learn.
like the other day, you didn't know what a front load system was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff
So,
out there, and it's more watertight than a centerline vice system in a
mhm.
commercial building.
I would recommend educational stuff, learning as much as you can to help you communicate your sales and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
If you want a really good system to learn that stuff, look up learnglazing.com. Like Alex Bouchel or whatever, those guys put there's a whole video series out there and it's free. And I think it
Yeah.
was backed up by the NGA or someone was backing up, but it's learnglazing.com. And it has everything from shower installs to storefronts to mock-up fabrications, railing and balustrade codes, and they do testing and all sorts of stuff on it. It's a really good video series, and it's like same thing. It's like a few minutes long on each individual thing, right from fabrication of storefront, fabrication of curtain wall, and it's a really good series, and they're always adding to it.
There you go. Thank you, Rob. I was hoping that would come up.
So yeah, that's a good one, and they're good guys to deal with too.
That guy's got a good sense of humor, man.
Yeah,
I like to follow him on the social medias and whatnot.
and his wife's from like 45 minutes away from me, so
Oh, is that right?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So he comes up to Canada every once in a while.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of resources out there, man.
Tons, lots.
Yeah, speaking of education, so I was so this past week, my latest audiobook is How to Become a Rainmaker. It's by Jeffrey Fox. It's from like 2000. Short book. You can listen to it in like a couple of hours. About sales, really good. And actually, I learned about it like the way I learn about most books is from some other book. So I was listening to Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference, and he mentioned this book and said, "Oh, yeah, this is a book that I'll listen to um, from time to time just to refresh myself on these sales techniques." Really good. I looked for it on Audible and it was like $8 or something. It's just a short book. So really worth having and listening to. Some great takeaways. Probably my favorite takeaway from the book is he talks about the point system. So there's a point system. It's like one point for getting a referral, to a decision maker. 2 points for getting an appointment with a decision maker. 3 points for meeting with a decision maker, and 4 points for making a sale, getting an order, right? So just try to get 4 points every day. If it's 4 referrals, that's 4 points. Or if it's two appointments, 4 points. So that's something I've been trying to implement, try to get 4 points every day. Some combination of those four things. And keeps you on your toes. So yeah, it's pretty good. Also, Robert mentioned, I think might have been our last call, He mentioned Extreme Ownership. I'd heard about that book before, but I hadn't gotten it yet. So I got that and started listening to it. So I'm, a few chapters into it.
Yeah, Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. Like
Yeah.
I had got into David Goggins before ever hearing about uh Jocko Willink and a lot of the carry the boats and that mindset and extremism that David Goggins was really like motivating to hear and repeat and kind of listen to all the time. But when I found Jocko Willink, I was like, oh, I shifted to a whole nother. Here's a battle tested veteran with war experience at the height of our most recent issue and with his other partner that was with him in the field talking about what he did to train people and all the systems he learned and how to implement them. And then he came out and became a business
Yeah.
coach with Leif Babin to talk about that. And the reason why I really resonated or I loved his method was he's like, I made these decisions, these trainings, and we followed these procedures when it was life and death. People could die. Like this was the most extreme situation, and we were able to follow this protocol. So I won't accept the excuses that in your day you're too busy to follow the protocol because it like this is what that hit home. It's like, okay, everything's your fault. Figure out the solution and always figure out where the gap happened because you can't just report to the higher up as we failed and people died. My bad. We'll try better next time. We want a
Not my
report of
fault.
where it went wrong.
Those
Yeah.
guys suck.
What happened? When did it happen? What's your solution to make sure it doesn't happen again? Who's responsible and how are we going to have a better outcome next time? That's the approach mindset to business that'll change everything. And I love that book. I love those people and those teachings. I don't know if they still do those trainings where they show up to your business. I'm pretty sure it costs a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you know about what year that came out?
Ooh,
I'm
in the
looking at
last 5 years?
not seeing a date on it, but let me see. Oh no, it's 2015.
10 years. Wow.
Yeah,
That was a while
2015.
back.
So that's going back a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. If you like war stories, you'll love this book. There's a lot of war stories and stuff. But some good business stuff, good leadership stuff. I'm a firm believer in, if things aren't going right, it's management. If I go into a place, man, and people are pissed off, the employees are unhappy and they're giving bad service, I just assume their boss sucks. You know, just feel bad for them. Because it doesn't have to be like that, man. Come on.
If you have masterclass, his masterclass course was really good too.
Who's master class?
Jocko Willink's
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
it was short, but it was good.
I'll check that out. You know what I'm watching right now on Masterclass? Steve Martin.
Oh yeah.
Steve Martin's Masterclass on comedy, man. That is like worth watching. I mean, even if you're not an aspiring comedian, like I know all of you are, but even if you weren't, right? It's like there's some great life lessons in there. And that dude was like an amazing comic. Um, Still does some stuff, but I love Masterclass, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I
Really?
I let it go for a while, and then I go back to it, and it's like all this new content that you miss out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I got it for the Chris Voss thing. And dude, it was like that right there is worth the cost of admission by far. I've
If nothing
rewatched
else.
it a couple of times, man. That guy is amazing. I mean, he is just like I don't know why he didn't narrate his own book. He must just not have felt like it. Because he's got a great voice for it. I mean, I was kind of a little bit disappointed that it wasn't his voice, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And then even just the little spin-off things that they've done in there too, because he's tied little subsections or little subclasses, or
Mhm.
they've brought in other people. Yeah, they've always been really good. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've probably done his masterclass two or maybe three times now. And I always encourage Keith gets all his leadership staff or sales staff to do that as part of their onboarding.
Oh, smart.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I try to implement that. I try to implement the stuff that I've learned from him. Like, like mirroring and one of my favorite technique probably is accusation audit.
yeah.
This is brilliant. I mean, this works with my wife. It works with my wife like a charm. I'll be like, honey, you're not gonna like this. You're gonna be pissed off at me when I tell you this. You're probably not gonna talk to me for a week. What is it? What is it? And I tell her, it's like, oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And then, the mirroring, I try to do it. It's weird. Like he even says, it's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
And that means you're learning. When you feel awkward, that means you're learning. So that's a good sign, right? But it is. It's weird because you feel like, oh, they're gonna catch me doing this to them. Not like you're doing something to them, And they're not gonna, they don't notice. Nobody notices that you're mirroring them or that you're asking calibrated questions, whatever. It's just like normal conversation, but it's super effective, man. I wish I would have learned this, when I was 20.
Yeah.
I'd be here somewhere else.
My wife was standing right here when you said that, Chris. So now I can't use it.
Not supposed to invite your wife to these things, man.
I mean, it's not
It'll
just my
still work.
house; it's
It'll
our
still
house.
work. Even if she knows it, that's the beauty of this, man. Because it's like it'll work even if someone knows you're doing it. Because it appeals to your lizard brain, man. You can't resist it. It's awesome. Yeah, so I'll use that a lot in business. I'll do that accusation audit. I'll think of the worst thing the person could possibly be thinking, or excuse me, you're gonna think I'm trying to rip you off. You're gonna think that I'm just trying to get into your pocket, that, oh yeah, you think that, whatever. The worst thing that they could possibly think. And you say that and they'll be like, oh no, come on. I'm not gonna think that. What is it? What is it? And then when you say it, it's like, it's never as bad as, you set it up to be. Pretty cool. I love that kind of stuff. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about how to make sales. What are the techniques that you use? Do you use the late night DJ voice? Yeah, it's the late night DJ voice. It works. It works every time. Slowing it down now.
I bet Chris Voss has a really good late night DJ voice.
He does, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
He's got a lot.
if he interrogated me, I'd probably tell him whatever he wanted to hear. Like he's got a great voice for what he does.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He'll talk about how, you use your inflection. So when you're mirroring, you want someone to talk more about what they're talking. You want to get more information. So you mirror them by saying like the last couple words that they said, or like the most important words that they said in their sentence. So if they're like, yeah, I'm still shopping for other bids. You say, shopping for other bids? So if you use that like upward inflection at the end, it's like you're asking a question or you're curious. Shopping for other bids? And then they're like, yeah, yeah, we've got to get 3 bids, or whatever, because that's what the rest of the team wants. That's what the rest of the team wants. Yeah, yeah, because it's like that's just our policy. Oh, that's your policy? And just get them talk, keep them talking, talking, and then like they'll tell you everything you need to know to crack their code because it's just so inviting. It's like but you have to be sincerely curious. And if you're not, you won't even do this, right? Because you're just thinking about, oh, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? So it sounds on the outset, it sounds like kind of manipulative or something. But when you learn more about it, you realize that you really have to be sincere in order to do it. I mean, you really can't do it, these techniques, unless you force yourself to really listen and be interested in the other person. So it's weird. It's almost like it's got this built-in mechanism that stops you from using it to be manipulative. And you just really can't use it that way. Because if you're manipulative, you're thinking in you're in your own head thinking about, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to say that or whatever, and yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I like watching Keith's when he posts stuff and he'll react and say something to somebody in his comments or something. He'll be like, "Seems like dot 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 dot." But he's always I like watching when he's trying to implement some of the Chris Voss stuff. Seems like this or seems like that or fun trying to get them to talk more without asking a question.
Yeah, exactly. That's another great one. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, those are some good techniques for, negotiating, making a sale, getting get someone to tell you, what it is that they're really interested in. I mean, a lot of times we just assume it's the price, right? Because that's like the easy thing to go to. Oh, yeah, they just don't, they can't afford it. It's the price. But it rarely is the price. I mean, even though they might think it's the price too, because their head's going the same place, everybody else's is. But if you can dig down a little bit, you find out it's something else, that's their fear of losing something is what it almost always is. And it could be like fear of losing money, fear of losing face, looking stupid, making a bad decision. Um, and I think most of my success in making sales has been just convincing people that, hey, you're in good hands, right? I'm gonna stick, I'm gonna be in this with you. I'm gonna stick by you, I'm gonna make sure that, we see this through to the end. And I think if you can convince someone of that, then a lot of this other stuff doesn't really matter. Because they've got to get done what they've got to get done. Someone's got to do it. And yeah, they may want to pay less, but they really want it to be done right. And they don't want to pay half the price and get halfway through it, right? So yeah, there have been many times I've heard you had the highest bid, and we decided to go with you. Heard that so many times. You guys had the highest price, but we like you and we want you guys to do the work. That makes me feel good right here.
I've never heard that.
You never heard that? Well, you're not pricing your stuff high enough.
I guess so. I heard it the other way. Oh, you were too expensive. That's why we didn't go with you.
You'll get there, man. You'll get there. It doesn't happen overnight. But
It's brand.
right?
It's
Right?
about brand trust,
Oh,
reputation. Like I always used to buy droids, Android. Why? Cheap. Brand. I don't care about brand. I'm not a brand person now. Apple everything. I pay twice. I can build computers. I pay twice the amount for less of the output from Apple, and I know it. But I'm doing it because the brand, not so I can look cool, because the stability of the brand, how they built their network, and screw it, I'll just pay a little more premium for these. People will. pay premium for all kinds of brands if it makes sense. Or like my goal in the sales has been identifying what lane are they in. I can't force the Home Depot guy who's planning on selling the house in a year, or just the guy who doesn't care what your pitch is. He's gonna sell it in a year or 4 years. He's trying to get the hell out. He needs something that looks good enough, price conscious. Okay, he's in that lane. Someone else willing, it's at the end of a hallway and they're very people conscious and they want the best looking thing at the hallway when people walk down that they can be, oh yeah, that thing, yeah, it's a cool shower or whatever in my guest room. Like I've had these kind of customers that will pay more happily because the brand says we're going to do a great job. People are going to love it. We're going to satisfy them wherever their need is. But when they come in, who are you? What lane do you belong in? Do you belong in? I'm going to text you, give you a quote over thing, and you're going to say yes because some people visit you already bought into who you are completely. They just need to know when you can come and measure it and the ability for you to price them, get it locked down, and get that move forward. They were going to choose you anyways. You don't have to be the cheapest. Like that's very important. Get them in, figure out what lane they're in, tire kicker, need it right now or need it in 3 months. Then you can build them in the right nurture sequence, plan the right guidance for them, and try to upsell them on different things depending what lane they're coming to you in the sales cycle. Because one approach to all doesn't work. I've done it at volume, I've done it with automations, and I've gone and read all the feedback from treating everyone the same way. We have to treat all these people in the lane they belong in their customer journey so they feel like we're hearing them, we're here for them. Then they'll pay more because I don't care what happens, but these guys are gonna be on it. That's what they need to know with who you are.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of my philosophy, like what Rob's saying. And it's like, different people do different things. I think about like on in my LinkedIn profile, I'll get these messages, right? This boilerplate, like I'll get a contact request and I'll connect with somebody. And then the next thing that happens is they send me this form letter. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I can help you with this and that. And they obviously do not know me. They've done no research to find out anything about me because if they'd have done 5 minutes worth of research, they'd know that like I'm not interested in what they're selling or they're approaching me entirely the wrong way. But they're just going to send out 1,000 of these, and hope that they get 50 people to bite. And that's one way to do business. It's not the way I want to do business. I want to do it more like what Rob's describing, where it's like, I'm tailoring, what I do to them individually. I mean, if you're in you're custom glass business, it's custom. You're making it for them, it's specially made for them. So there's no like boilerplate to do that. You need to get to know them, find out what their needs are, what their tastes are, and give them exactly what they want. I know that's what Tim does. Tim is like the major customizer, man. I mean, he will place their hinges, like wherever he has to make them land on the tile
That's
that he
right.
wants them to land on. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of, I mean, I don't go that far, but Tim does. I
You
think
saw the
that's
one I did the
awesome.
other day with the knots in the door.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty clean, I mean,
It cleared everything. I
yeah,
mean,
I saw that. I saw that post. That was pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, so
So I go the extra mile.
yeah, yeah, I think
And
that's
I don't see how a company has salesmen that can go out and figure that out,
right.
and measure it.
Well, they'd have to be pretty special, You'd have to really hire
Right.
someone pretty special,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean that's why like sales like we were talking about Daniel, being out there networking. I mean, these are really high level
Yeah. Any
tasks.
any sales guy can go out and do basic shower doors, but
Yeah.
when it comes to something like that, a sales guy can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you want. You want to be reserving your time as, the owner to
Oh, yeah.
to be handling those like
I
really
didn't give it away.
high
Yeah.
touch
Yeah.
situations,
Yeah.
I think. But if you can, it's great.
Yeah.
Right on, you guys. Well, I think we made it. We made it
Okay,
through
good.
another hour.
I gotta go.
Me too. I'm hungry.
Nice seeing you on the call, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Steve.
it's been a minute.
Don't talk so much though next time, okay?
I know. I like listening. I like learning.
It's good to see you, man.
Y'all too.
All right, you guys.
Y'all
Yeah.
too.
See you next
Have a good one.
All right.
Thursday.
Have a good night.
See ya. Good
Yeah.
night.